Growing up in Southwest Michigan, looking back on it, I think of the long drives through farmland, through the woods, sneaking off down long paths in the wilderness to smoke weed, and all the time and space that life can afford. But at the time, I was really sort of driven and focused on a longing to get out and see the greater world. I was aware of grapes being grown in Michigan and wine being made, but it wasn't part of my family life. It certainly wasn't part of my culture at the time. I went to Berkeley to study music, and that path led me to working in cafés first, actually, with coffee, and then coffee shops that had beer, and then this sort of fascination with the community that centered around um, beverage and food and hospitality kind of snowballed, and I moved. I became kind of obsessed with beer, and that obsession turned into interest in spirits and cocktails. And at some point along this journey, I realized that, as a mixologist and making cocktails, nothing that you mix together was ever as complex or as complete as what happens in a bottle of wine over time. Grape growing and winemaking in Michigan had been a thing that kind of came back to me, and I started to research it more. And looking back at Michigan and the unique growing situation that happens within 10 to 12 miles of the Lake Michigan coast, I started to realize that there was a incredible potential that had only just started to get realized or met. And that potential and the possibilities that it sort of offered was very exciting.